Ladies and gentlemen, glad to have everyone back. City Skylines, part number 7. Awesome to have everyone back. We were picking up here right at our little dig, our white sand mines, we like to call it, as you all saw from the thumbnail, that this is pretty much completed here as far as the dig goes, as far as the sand laying goes. We are going to work this episode on zoning some of it. I don't want to completely zone it, mainly because we're going to have some issues with workers. So, hold on a second, I gotta adjust something real quick with my settings. There we go. Is that working? Alright, I think that should be good. So what I was saying is we don't want to zone this whole thing up, because this is quite a bit of industry. If you think about it, it's probably even more industry than our whole industry section over here. And I'll show you kind of how to tackle that if you want to kind of move industry over here in a little bit, but we're going to work a little bit on our farmland. We're going to try to blend these two together for our farmland loots, we like to call it. So let's get started here. Now, I went ahead and I tried to... I don't really like the way this is connected up over here, and I think we can get rid of some of these power lines down in this vicinity. We don't really need them. I guess we'll leave that one there. But wanted to just connect this up with dirt roads. I like dirt roads when it comes to farms. The whole... I mean, I know traffic's gonna pile up, but I mean, I don't know. I kind of want it to... look like a farm. I don't want it to be all built up, you know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna get rid of this. We'll leave the road there for the trucks or whatever that are coming off the highway. We can actually speed this up just a little bit. Cool. And I think we want to add a little bit more. I think our commercial is hiking up there for medium. I think we add a little bit more commercial, like there, I guess. These power lines, I don't really want to tamper with them all too much. And then we can begin our dig. Basically, I think it's probably best to just kind of work our way down the roads. I don't want to start zoning down here, because then you're going to have to mess with power lines and stuff like that. If we just subtly go ahead and just start kind of drawing and adding in some zones here, and like I said, I don't want to add, or I don't want it to completely fill the entire dig, but if we just added a little bit there maybe, and then maybe a little bit here for now, just enough to kind of connect it up, we'll start to see a little bit of a... Where's our power? Actually, you know what? We're probably going to have to start a little higher here. Let's go ahead. Let's just so we can get everything started. And then this will kind of trickle down the power. That's kind of what we're focusing on here. And we did add a little bit of industry over here, and some people are trekking and walking over or whatever to work. And then as far as our farmland goes, we're going to have to back some of this off a little bit, because we're going to have to... You know, we have a lot more opportunities for jobs than we do opportunities for citizens to come move in. So I think we have to focus on that as well. Otherwise, we're just going to have a bunch of these messages. You know, not enough workers or whatever. So let's go ahead and let's focus on that just a little bit. I was thinking about even expanding this a little bit, but then I thought about it. You know, I don't know if it's the best idea, because we kind of got that all situated. We've got a nice little spot over here. We can add a nice little miners community, I was thinking in, so that's what we're going to do here now. Nothing crazy with land value or anything like that, but we can add in, we can do regular roads, I guess. You know, so just something, nothing too out of control here. And let's spread this down just a little bit. That's going to come to a dead halt. And, you know, just kind of create some sort of pattern here. I don't... You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. These are miners we're talking about here. I don't think they care. Yeah, we can kind of do this to maximize, or... Whoops, that's not really maximizing. I was thinking even maybe adding a couple, like, high-density residential buildings, just so we can kind of stack the population a little bit over here. Nothing too crazy, nothing too nuts, but I want to kind of... There we go. And then down here, I was thinking we can just kind of draw a... Let's see. Kind of right along the border here. Cool. We could even leave a little spot for some sort of park. Something like that. Doesn't have to be crazy. You can even draw like a little area here where we have dirt roads. Maybe like a trailer park or something. You know, something like that. Let's make sure we have water hooked up here. I know our demands below for residential aren't the highest in the world, but they will be. I was watching, or I visit Reddit from time to time, and you know, people post, you know, and for those of you out there that want some really good ideas for cities, definitely check out the SimCity, what am I talking about? City Skylines section of Reddit, where a lot of people post their creations, and it's quite impressive, the creativity that's out there. So yeah, but anyway, I was getting at, there's a lot of cities where people are kind of hitting like 80 or 100,000 citizens, and there's no demand. Like they're losing demands, and they don't know what to do. And I don't know, man. It stresses me out a little bit because I don't want that to happen to this city. It's going to be a little bit, you know, time before we hit that point, but nevertheless, it's on my mind. I don't want it to. There we go. I don't want it to get to that point. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's get some houses built up. Like I said, actually, we have a little trailer park in here somewhere. I remember seeing it. Yeah, like look at this. See what that checks out looks like. See, a little trailer park. Is it? I don't know if it's I think it's a tourist destination. I don't even think it's like, I think you can just kind of add them in. What else? I thought I added some other stuff in here. I think we talked about this last episode. That's the parking lot. Do we have a cemetery? No, we don't. It's gonna cause some issues. Let's go ahead and add down a cemetery, and I think we can probably put that over here somewhere, on our ritzy part of town. I guess we can put it there. That looks good. Because what we got going on now is we got hearses driving from all the way out here, all the way over here to pick up a dead person and bring them all the way back. So that's going to in turn create issues down over here. So, alright, so we've got, there we go. There's the sawmills I was telling you about, or the saws I was telling you about. So, perfect. Let's see, we don't want to go too crazy, but that's looking good. We'll go ahead and continue with that. Let's get some more residents in town. We're still on a low residential demand, which is a little bit of a concern, but we can string things together and get it moving here. Let's see, what do we got zoned over here? We got zone in here. And I've heard that adding in a little, I know this is not probably the best spot for touristy type stuff, but adding in a little tourist destination doesn't even have to be anything extravagant. It can just be something small like a monument. Will definitely bring some people in. And oh, you know what else I want to add in here? I added in I was just searching for farms. There's a really cool farmhouse in here somewhere. No, it's a school. And where's it at? I should be more prepared for this, people. Oh, I think this is it here. Yeah. This is like, I forget what they call it. Plantation? But it's basically like a huge house, and it's got farms around it. So we can actually add that in. We can kind of pick wherever we want to put it, but I guess we can put it here. Look at that. It's kind of like a town hall building, the way I like to look at it. And we can add in some surrounding roads. And also we can add in like little trees to kind of signify that there's crops growing, which I like to do. Let's see, we can add in like crops. Something like that. And then we can bulldoze. Oops. Take away some of these other ones. And I got rid of all the trees in here too. That was the other thing I did. So pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, what's this message here? Citizens are sick. Oh yeah, and also bus routes. I wanted to add in a bus route, like a shuttle, basically, from over here. I think that wouldn't be the worst idea. So where do we want to pick them up at? This is the bus station. Doesn't necessarily have to route to the bus station. We can have people get picked up, like, out over here. Like, maybe on this corner here. And then, look at this. You can take the buses all the way down to here. Add a stop. Maybe add a stop. Add a stop. And then come all the way back home. Where's that little marker? There it is. You will see people will take that bus. I guarantee you. I've done it in other cities. Create a like a shuttle line from one city to the other, or one district to the other, and that'll definitely get used. Maybe that'll help our worker situation. Maybe some people will take the shuttle over. So pretty cool. All right. Still looking like we need more residents. Let's go ahead. Let's work back over here where we were at. See, the houses are coming through, even though the demand is low. So we'll continue to zone it. And as I've said previously, I really don't know why people love the cemetery so much, but I'm telling you, it helps land value. It's just the solve all. And then also, since we're kind of getting built up over here, we probably want to add... I don't really want to add a school, but we can definitely add, like, do we have a police station? We do have a police station. We have a fire station. It ain't really doing too much. You know what? Let's move this. This is kind of not serving a purpose. So I'm going to put it over here. Okay. And I guess we can put another one in over here. Is that fire? Yeah, fire. And we can put one in, let's say, I guess there. And then police. I don't think we're having too much issues with police. Yeah, police are pretty good. And hospital. Let's see. We have one clinic. I guess we can add another clinic. We're having some power problems, people. Say that 5 times fast. That's right, we're at the police station. Let's put that over there. Let's see, where are we at on power? Oh, you know what I did? I took out the fire station, and it was our little anchor there that was holding our whole cities together. So make sure you be careful of that. Wow, you hear all the upgrade messages. Is that because they just got power, or what? Look at these upgrades. What the heck did I do? Maybe I put that fire station in? That's the only thing I can think of. Look at that. Fire station adds that much wealth. Oh, and also they announced too that at Gamescom, what was the other thing I saw on Reddit? City Skylines is actually going to be coming out with an expansion pack, so I thought that was pretty cool. I'm not really sure what they're going to have in the expansion pack, though. I mean, the way the modding community is, I don't. Maybe they're going to add new, like, landmarks, like these things that nobody uses, these Eden, like stuff like this. I don't know. What does this thing even do? Wow, look at that. Oh, it's a fusion plant. You know, maybe they'll add more of those. I don't know. Alright, all in all, we're looking pretty good. Our community over here is coming together. Also over here, I kind of want to continue to spread this out. Like I said, I want to kind of blend this together. It's not really the easiest thing in the world, especially when you have these angles like this. But it can be done. like that. And do something like that. Right? Maybe. Just don't usually see triangles on farms. You know what I mean? But maybe you do. I don't know. You tell me. Let's see here. We'll have to see how that looks like if we do long rows of crops here. Let's see. Let's get rid of this. And some of these crop additions can be a little tedious, but if we did something like, what is that? Washingtonia robusta palm? Jeez. If we took out, let's see. If we took out these trees. Okay, and then we got ahead and added in, and this would probably take a year and a day, but you can actually make rows of these things. Up close, it might not look unbelievable, but when you back it off, you could do these with any plants, and it'll almost create the illusion of some sort of crop farming or whatever. You know how they have nurseries for trees or farmers markets, you know, and you can kind of do that. Another way to do it is you can actually, like I kind of did over here, you can add in not those, so kind of, yeah, like these tiny ones here. And the deeper you add it in, it almost makes the grass look like a different color. You know, I'll have to show you what I mean after we kind of get them in here. But kind of darkens everything up a little bit in each of those sections. Like if you look at it from overhead, it almost looks like we'd have to get rid of some of these other trees here just to kind of create separation. But there's a couple different ways you can make the farms look a little. You can kind of clear off the area here. So you can do that. And then we also can add in, and I've been looking because I had several different plots for you know how we have these little brownish spots or what have you. I had a few of them, but I cannot for the life of me find. If we did that, and then we can add in that. And hopefully that grows in. Very good. So we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. Not really the most thrilling episode, but I wanted to kind of touch base and show you where we were at. For the most part, we went ahead. We're trying to create, and essentially we're trying to create a miners city over here, like a population. These people over here, even before starting over here, they're pretty good where they're at. We're not expanding. And the other trick I was going to show you is what you can actually do to create demand in a different part of the city is you can actually de-zone some of this stuff. Like, for example, you might have, I don't know, 40 or 50 jobs in this line of buildings. If we go ahead and take this out, those 40 or 50 people are going to have to work elsewhere. And we can kind of force them to kind of work over here, which is kind of a drastic measure, but you can do that. But before we try doing that, before we start taking away what we have built up already, what I want to do is I want to try to create, you know, a town over here essentially. So we're going to round this part out and maybe move over here to the other end of the river. We can actually create a pretty decent sized town over here, and then leave the, of course, white sand mines and this whole area over here to farming. And then we'll see where we're at. If we're still having issues with jobs, we might have to kind of take away a little bit of this and see where we're at. Our population over here in Port Carlton is over 9,000. Over here, I don't know if I've even checked it. Where are the districts at here? Well, that's almost 2,000. Well, we haven't really... I guess we can add that to the zone, but, you know, we got, what, maybe 2,500 people here and over 9,000 here. So you got to think, we got 9,000 people all working in this little section here, aside from the little bit of commercial. And we've got, what, you know, 2,000 people over here trying to work in a huge, which will be eventually filled out, white sand mines and a huge farm. So you got to assume and imagine that this is going to have to all be filled out with population. But I just want to thank everybody again for the support. Last video had over 200 views, you know, in the first 12 hours, which to me is awesome. A lot of people following the series. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything I can do to improve this area here. I took some time out of my day off camera to do this, and I did have some issues there where that terraforming tool isn't bug free, let's put it that way. So there's a lot of times where I had to almost start over. Luckily for me, I was saving as I went, so it wasn't too bad. But I think it turned out fantastic. I don't see too many other people out there doing stuff like this, and you know, like I said, I think it looks awesome. But let me know in the comments below if there's anything you'd like to see me add, or anything that I'm doing here that you would change in your own city. And definitely check out Reddit, the SimCity. I'll try to put a link down in the city Skyline, and even SimCity as well. People post a lot of stuff with SimCity, but City Skylines especially get you some awesome ideas for your city building needs. So appreciate everyone for tuning in, and we'll see everyone next episode.